semen retention, body gains, and special abilities, superpowers. Your personal superpowers. Not one that I have, not one that she got or he got or they got. Your own personal. Ask yourself, what is yours? You know what it is. And I'm not just talking about just the talent. I'm talking about something supernatural. What is your supernatural gift, man? Your real X-Man superpower. If you're the chosen, you have to have one. You have to. But first, look, I was thinking, I thought about this years ago though, right? It changed the way that I look at stuff, right? It changed it. So while I'm cultivating throughout the years marijuana, I start to see. I did little experiments. I put the plants in veg in the middle of winter. Like I put them in veg like right now, like not the middle of winter, but like say like right now, like in November, like it's kind of getting chilly. This is total opposite. It's supposed to be actually down there being harvested right now. But listen, I put it up in veg and outside the tent, it'd be cold. It'd be like around 45, 30 degrees down there some nights. But inside the tent, it'd be between, let's say 72 and 80 degrees, right? The fan blowing, the light is on about 18 hours a day. You hear what I'm saying? And then in the summertime, I put plants inside a flower, 12 on, 12 off. You hear what I'm saying? A little bit cooler. You feel what I'm saying? But outside the tent, it'll be like 100 and something degrees in Phoenix. So I seen how I can manipulate the environment, control the environment. I have these plants thinking that it's spring and summertime in the middle of winter. And I have it thinking that it's the fall time up in the middle of summer. I have a Mars Hydro light or sometimes a spider form light. You hear what I'm saying? It'll be up in the tent, let's say a 4x4 tent, 2 or 3 4x4 tents, right? Each one with 1,000 watt light. I'm manipulating the nutrients, whether it's hydro or cocoa. You know what I'm saying? The medium is cocoa or hydro or even some phosphorus, whatever it is. I'm giving it nutrients. I'm checking the pH balance. I'm topping them. Topping them is when you cut the top cola to create two more. I only do it like 2 times to create 4 colas. The colas are the biggest buds on the top. And I'm doing all of this stuff. And I'm like, one day I'm like, I wonder if we like is in the tent. I have to take out the males. Some of them are clones. Some of them I grow from seed. You hear what I'm saying? These plants actually think that they live in a regular environment, but it's like I'm they God. And I was thinking, is that happening to us? Are we being cultivated? Is the sun just like a big Mars Hydro or Spider Form 1,000 watt light? But anyway, look, that's just what I was thinking, right? This video is about dreams. Because that's my superpower. My family know it, especially my mom's. But all of my family know it. Like, it's even in my immediate family, my children, and we all know it. We know it so much that it's just like blinking, man. We just forget about it. You hear what I'm saying? It happens so many times, it's not a big deal. But on semen retention, and body gains, especially semen retention and fasting. All right. Your superpowers, your real one that you don't just share with everybody. It's going to come out. And what I mean by not sharing with everybody, we all are going to get the heightened senses. We all are going to get all of those. We're going to all share that, just like we all share. We could see now, we could hear, we could taste and stuff like that. We're all going to be able to do that spiritually, equally. But there's something that's going to set you apart. Like every X-Man is different. And what mine is, one of mine, because we can have more than one. One of mine is I'm a dreamer, man. And I can dream about things. The majority of my dreams was dreams about people dying. Not just anybody dying. I would have to know them, not even know them to the point where they my best friend or nothing like that. They could literally like be my neighbor or, somebody that I'm familiar with going this way to the gym or somebody in the gym, but mostly people that's really, really close to me. My daughter got it too. One of my daughters have it too. So let me tell you a few times on long streaks, right? So when I was in Atlanta, I met this one dude, and he was on drugs, and he was real cool and everything. I didn't know nobody in Atlanta but like two people, and then I had my daughter, mother, and her side of the family, but that's another story. But as far as me personally, I only knew like my neighbor, this dude, and like another guy. And this dude in particular, he was on drugs real bad. He was looking bad at the time too, but he was a cool guy. We talked about God. We talked about Atlanta. He put me on game about a lot of different things that happened in Atlanta. And I left and all of that stuff. And one night I'm asleep. This like about 3 years later. I'm asleep. And then I wake up in this dream. And there's some people walking down the street, like in New Orleans when they having a funeral. Like, I don't know if it really happened like that, but on TV in New Orleans, they had the funerals and they'd be like dancing in the streets and stuff. They was doing like that, but they had on balloons. They had balloons and all of this. And they had a big banner. And the banner read the guy's name that I'm talking about. And then when I seen his name, I turned around and he was right there on the side of me. And he was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And I looked at him and he was totally clean. He looked like he would look like when he was like 20 years old. He was handsome. He was glowing. He had on all white. He had on all white from head to toe, like a all white tuxedo with white gloves, white shoes, everything. And he had like a gold glow around his body. And then I was like, "Hey, what's up with you, man? What's this all about?" And he was like, "Oh, they having my homecoming. Yeah, today is my homecoming, man." And then I was like, "What?" And he like, "Yeah, hey, I'll see you later, man. Don't forget about me." And I was like, "All right, I'm trying to, understand what's going on." It's like they having a graduation or something for him or something. And I woke up and I remember I told my mom, I always tell my moms and I always tell my girl because they're like my spiritual advisors. You hear what I'm saying? That's why I say that women are important, man. That women wisdom is very important, especially when you talking to them and it's not about sex and they really love you and it's just not about sex. They could tell you some real good stuff. So my mom's told me that that's what they say when people die, homecoming. And sure enough, he passed away. Then another time, this is when I'm locked up. I already told y'all about the story when one of my homies, well, my brother homies, but he was like all of our homies. He got shot in the head, but God spared his life because of his daughter. Well, that time when he got shot in the head and his life was spared, I was in jail. And one night I had a dream and I came in this building and I realized that the building was a church. And there was a person that was directing people, a usher, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever they call it, directing people to their seats. And I tried to go to the front, but they told me I couldn't because all the people in the front had on black. So I sat down and I'm still wondering, like, I'm thinking we about to have church or something. And then like some horns came like dun, 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 and like I looked and on the stage was like the curtains and the curtains opened up like on the play or something. It opened up and it was a casket right there. And now I'm like, oh man, I'm at a funeral or something. And then sure enough, the dude who got shot in the head, my brother homie, he came out and he was in the exact same suit that the dude in Atlanta was in, a white tuxedo, white gloves, white shoes. He looked younger, he looked handsomer. You feel what I'm saying? Like when I say handsomer, I mean I'm trying to say like without blemish, like you would have to see it to understand what I'm saying. He still looked like the same guy, but it was just something youthful and pure about him, both of the guys. And he had that glow around him. And then he went to the casket, and then he opened up the casket, and he looked up in, and something called his name. And everybody in the church looked at the direction, and even he looked. And then it told him something like it's not the time or something. So he closed the casket and then he just walked off stage and the curtains closed and it got darker and I woke up. Around 2 weeks later, I made a collect call to my mom's and she told me like, hey, whoop-de-whoop just got out of a coma. And I'm like, well, what happened? And she's like, yeah, he got shot up in the head, but he survived. And I was like, oh, I had that dream. He was supposed to go in the casket, but he didn't. I mean, I can go on and on with these type of dreams, man. Look, I remember one time, this was a sad one. I remember one time I'm in a dream. I'm talking to my mom's. She doing stuff in the kitchen. I'm at the table. I'm doing something. I can't remember what I was doing, but we was talking like a regular day. She cooking something, and then the doorbell rung. So she went to the door and she opened it up, and she was talking to this guy. And being that it was a guy, I looked around the corner to see who she was talking to, and I seen that same suit, right? All white tuxedo, white gloves, some white shoes with that golden like glow like traced around it like a dude, but I couldn't see his face, I couldn't see his neck. All I could see is his arms, his gloves, and like his leg and a little bit of his shoe. And he gave my mom's a note and she read it and she was like, I gotta go. She told me that she had to go. And I was like, why you gotta go? I mean, you still got food cooking. I mean, we was talking. I mean, who is that even? And then she was like, I just gotta go. And she started crying and packing her bags. And then all of a sudden, I remembered that suit, that white suit. Because at this time, I already had the Atlanta dream. I already had the dream about the homie getting shot and surviving. I remembered that suit and I got sad, man, in my dream because I know he was fit to take my mom's, right? And I was like, you can't go, you can't go. And she was like, she just ignored, like she couldn't even hear me no more. She was like under his spell. And I woke up and about a couple of days later, my brother-in-law, his mom's passed away. You hear what I'm saying? And I told my moms about that dream and my girl, and I always tell them about the dreams and stuff. But let me brighten it up a little bit, right? Just a little bit, right? So this is my superpower. We all have our superpowers. You have to tap into your superpowers, exercise them. That sounds like a bad word, like exorcist, but no. Make your superpower, your personal superpower strong. I'm telling you, you might have telekinesis and not even know it. You probably done seen it happen a couple of times and got scared and suppressed it. I had a dream. No, 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 no. Let me start off like this. So up in Long Beach, the landlord, he started tripping. He started acting jealous and stuff, right? So we decided we was gonna move, but since he was acting like a buster, we weren't gonna pay him, right? We wasn't gonna squat or nothing like that. We was just not gonna pay him on the first, and we was gonna move by like the 20th to Phoenix, right? We wasn't gonna give him time enough to evict us or not. We was just gonna give him time enough to realize he wasn't gonna get paid and we was gonna be gone. But before I do stuff, I pray. I mean, that was a big move. I was fit to go from Long Beach to Phoenix. So that's like a real, real big move. And I'm thinking about it within like 3 weeks, right? At this time I had 4 children. So I'm about to be taking them. And then I prayed, and then all of a sudden I had a dream. And in that dream, I woke up and it was like not like a garden, but like a cool shaded place. And it had a gate, a big gate, and it said, "Welcome to Phoenix." And I opened up the gate and I walked up in the gate, and there was a person there, like a person that show you different things. And then he was like, "Look at this table right here." And I looked, and I realized that as far as my eyes could see, I could see plates and plates and plates and plates and plates, like a million plates in this one row. And it was all chicken stuff. He said, "This is chicken. This is every chicken dish on the planet." And I started saying, "Is it chicken tacos?" Because, chicken tacos is like my favorite thing, right? "Is it chicken?" He was like, "Yep." I was like, "Chicken enchilada?" He said, "Yep." I said, I was just naming all kinds of chicken. You feel what I'm saying? And then he went to the next table. He was like, "Beef," and the same thing. And then he said everything like desserts. Man, the desserts was like everything. Peach cobblers, cherry cobbler. Look, it was just a mile of just cobblers. Another mile of just cakes. It's like anything I was thinking about, it was just popping up. Even if they didn't have it, I was making them have it. And I was like, wow. And there was people there, and they was all eating and happy, and kids there. And I'm talking about of every race too. That's why I know that racism is just a program. It was people of every race there, man. And it was like the galaxy's biggest feast. And then I was like, "Is this? I can eat this stuff?" And everybody was looking at me like, "Yeah, yeah, it's yours, man. We all happy it's yours." And then I woke up and I told my girl, "Hey, we moving." And ever since then, we've been eating. And I'm talking about eating, man. If I just say how much we eat, and it'll sound like I'm bragging, but it's not that I'm bragging, because it's not that we got like a whole bunch of money and all of that type of stuff we eating. We eating by people giving us stuff, by just all different type of ways. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes we was about to throw away a card and it was like $800 worth of food stamps on it, just out of the blue, man. I don't know. But that's my superpower. That's one of them. My daughter have it too. She have it so good that she'll just wake up one day and be like, "Daddy, this is gonna happen," and we'll be like, "All right," and it'll happen. It happens so much, man, that it doesn't even surprise us no more. We be feeling like the damn Adams family sometimes, man. Make your superpower strong. Figure out what it is. Research it, man. I bet you, no matter what it is, it'll be tons and tons of research on it. And if you're the chosen one, you have to start doing this right now, because the fate of the world depends on us. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll be back at you with another video. Peace.